Good morning. Good morning, Kevin. Good morning, Catherine. Good morning, James.
I can't hear anything.
Oh, Kevin, can you hear me okay?
Hi.
Hi. Can you hear me?
Yes, now I can.
Okay, good. How's the
Nice
temperature
haircut,
there?
Malcolm.
What's that?
Nice haircut.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
it's pretty basic.
You paid extra for that one.
I have to pay extra.
So last week you were talking about doing the Qigong where you're rubbing your hairline.
Yeah.
Well, is this like a hard target because yours is changing?
I rub too hard. Catherine, how's your temperature there?
It's hot and it's rising, and next week they are expecting like something really bad.
I'm sorry to hear that. We
Yeah.
had we had a couple of days earlier this week that were 100 degrees, and it's miserable when it's that hot for sure. Um, well, you remember, Catherine, what I said last time. We do not have to continue to do this class, so it's gonna.
Well, I wanted to do tonight because I know that tomorrow it's going to be hot and I won't be able, and then next week it's going to be awful. So I won't be able to do it. So I really wanted to try it tonight, but I'm like, ugh.
Yeah, I can tell. I can tell that it's really hot. It's quite miserable when you get that hot. All right, let's finish up the form. We've done this before, but this will be a review of that. Let's go back and quickly review what we did last weekend. All right.
Okay.
Figure eight to the right. Draw the right foot in. Figure eight to the right. Step out with the right foot. Bring your weight back and circle. Hit. Bring your weight back. Open the right toes and block right, block left, swallow's nest. Step up and plant the foot at 90 degrees. Bring your weight back to the right foot and twist the hands to the left, the foot to the right. Spin on the ball of the right foot. Bring the weight forward, bring the weight back, and 1, 2, 3, sink, and block left, punch right. Relax, punch the right temple and step, punch the left temple and step, and block high, punch low. Long back. Step in, grab, and elbow to heart. One more. Figure eight to the right, right foot back. Figure eight to the right, right foot forward. Weight back and then forward it. Weight back, open the right toes and block to the right, block to the left, swallow's nest. Step up, plant your foot at 90 degrees and bring your weight back into the right hip. Arms to the left, feet to the right. Spin, forward, step back, and 1, 2, 3, sink, block left, punch right. Relax, punch right and step, punch left and step, protect your head, punch the ground. Long back, step in, and elbow to heart. Okay, do you have any questions on that little sequence there? Better. Kind of like there's a rope. Kind of like there's a rope there, right? Boom. The trick for doing a punch like this, Catherine, is it's a straight line, right? It's not out at an angle or anything like that. It's just a straight line. Right? This is straight. This is straight. Right? It's a straight line, like you're holding a rope. Twist, punch. Right? The punches are boom. Okay. Any questions?
No.
Let's go on to the next section then. This next section, as I said before, you know a lot of the pieces to this. I'm going to just demonstrate it and then we'll go through it. I'm gonna turn myself so I'm working in this dimension here. Boom. China. Step up and hit. Temple. The neck, pull down, push up. Close, open. Step down and hidden hand punch. Neck punch. Punch forward. Block down and hit the head. Block down, hit the head. Now, I'm not doing it in the correct orientation, just so you can see a little bit. So you know a lot of those pieces. You know this piece. Because we've done it earlier in the form. It's exactly the same. All right? You actually know this piece, except for raising the foot. All right? So after you do elbow to heart, I'll do this at a 45-degree angle. All right? After elbow to heart, your weight is on the right. Bring your weight back to the left. That's a china. China. China, right? The body weight does it. I got his elbow, I got his wrist, china. You sink into this qua. Right? Elbow to heart, china. The china is also the wind up for that, for a punch. And you're going to be using the back of the hand, right? Right on the bridge of the nose. Boom. Elbow to heart. China. Open the right toes and then step up and hit. Very simple. Elbow to heart. China. Open the right toes, step up and hit. All right? Now, your weight is all going to be on the right, because you just stepped up like this. Now you're going to have to adjust your weight. All right? So you're going to move your weight to the left and you're going to spin on the ball of the right foot, the big knuckle of the big toe. Boom. Simple. Elbow to heart. chin up, open the right toes, step up and hit, adjust your weight, right? And we're going to be ready to go for the next little bit. All right. So in order to, well, you have to work with it, but adjust the way you're standing so that you end up watching me instead of not watching me. All right. Shift your weight. First, I'm going to hit him in the nose. Okay? Then I'm going to hit him in the temple. And then I'm going to relax. Now I'm going to throw him. There's lots of different throws. This is one that is actually quite easy to do. I'm going to use this guy here. So here's the guy's arm. This is his elbow here. Right? So you hit him in the temple, and then his hand is coming in. Right? He's gonna punch you in the liver or something, right? And you catch him, right? And now you come up next to his neck. All your weight's on the left. You're gonna shift your weight to the right and press your elbow down. That's gonna cause him to go like this. And then you're gonna lift his arm up, right? So you're probably gonna hold it like this. Right? So what's actually going on is you're doing this. And he's going to be going, all right? He's going to be going like this. So, elbow to heart, chin up, open the right toes and step up. All right, you're punching him. Shift to the left. Relax, grab his hand, come up behind his neck, and then you're going to press down. Now, normally, when I just said, you would shift your weight when you do that. We actually do this move earlier in the form. And you shift your weight. There's another way to do it. All right? You do it at the same time you lift your knee. Why are you lifting your knee? Because you're punching him with your knee. You're going to bend him down, and then boom, your knee's going to come up into his nose, or maybe into his chest. Now comes a different move altogether. Close, open, step down, hidden hand punch, neck punch, punch backward, punch forward, and boom. So this is a long move. It's got a lot of moving parts, but you already know most of the moving parts. There's some slight changes in there, but this basic movement. Elbow to heart, chin up. Open the right toes, step up, and hit him in the nose. Shift your weight and hit him in the temple. Relax, grab him by the hand. You've got him behind the neck. You're going to bend him down and lift him up at the same time, and then give him a knee. Coil in, coil out. Step down, hidden hand punch, neck punch, hit backward, hit forward, wind up, and hit. All right, so you're not in this dimension, you're now in this dimension. It's the same hit as earlier, just a backhand to the nose. Is it clear? Is this clear? More
As
or less?
mud.
Let me do it in the quote unquote correct orientation. Elbow to heart. Chin up. Open the right toes. Step up and hit him in the nose. Shift your weight to the left. Hit him in the temple. Relax and press down, lift up, and give him a knee. Coil in, uncoil. Step down and hidden hand punch, neck punch, punch backward, punch forward, wind up and hit. All right? So you're actually, in this move, you're actually doing this hit both at the beginning and at the end. Right? Boom. Right on the bridge of his nose. Boom. And you throw it from the bottom of your feet. Not from your shoulder. One more. Elbow to heart. Chin up. Open the right toes. Stand up and hit him. That's the first one. Shift your weight to the left. Hit him in the temple. Relax. Come up by his neck. Got his hand in the left. By his neck. Press him down and give him a knee. Coil in. Uncoil. Step down and hidden hand punch. Neck punch. Punch backward, punch forward, right? Figure eight, this is a figure eight and boom, hit. Now you're facing this direction and we're almost done with the form. So you're gonna stay in this direction here. Step up and hit. Now the move that comes next is a wrestling move, and I wish Kevin was here and I could demonstrate it to you. It's a wrestling move, not a strike. It's going to look a little bit like an elbow strike, but it's not. It's you're using your elbow to press. So the name of the move is press waist, drop elbow, right? So after hitting, you stand back and you place the elbow into the hollow of the thigh. Right? You can feel it on yourself, right? You've got the tendons out here, right? Just on the inside of that. You're going to place the elbow. The other guy is standing right next to you. In fact, you've got your leg between his legs. So your leg is coming through down here. And he's not straight out, he's at a little bit of an angle. Right? So you place your elbow, right? And then you press the elbow in by sinking in the right leg. Press, snap waist, press elbow. Boom. Some people think this is an elbow strike. It's not. You're using the elbow as a wrestler would use it. You know, snap the waist, press the elbow. Right? What happens when you do that is your hip will collapse, or the other guy's hip will collapse. And because you're standing behind him, he's going to trip, so to speak. He's going to fall over your leg backward. Okay. Step back, big figure eight, snap waist, press elbow. And then just relax. Reach forward. Grab. Now all your weight is on the left. Slash it around. Now all your weight's on the right. And boom, double punch. Now your weight's on the left. Relax to the right, to the left. big circle, push out, walk through Buddha's warrior, and you are done with the form. So what you're essentially doing is repeating move number 2 at the very end. It's a slightly abbreviated form of move number 2. If you remember move 2, right? This is a very abbreviated version of that. Right here. It's just abbreviated. Good. Now the slashing punch is kind of fun. Think back on Qigong where we do apple picking move, right? We do this move. Okay, that's practicing the energy number 5, Tsai, T-S-A-I, Tsai, means to pluck. Watch how this works, all right? Snap waist, press elbow, relax. Okay, you're actually punching the guy or you're contacting the guy 3 times in this movement. First, you're reaching up and grabbing him. Well, grabbing what? Well, maybe you're just grabbing his shirt. Maybe you're grabbing his arm. Maybe you're grabbing his shoulders. Maybe you're grabbing his neck. You grab him and you pull him down. Right? Then, because we do this as just one thing, then you're hitting straight across his face, a backhand and a forehand. And usually when you do that, it's 1-2. But this is not 1-2, or it's 1-2 that's so close together, it ends up being 1, right? Grab the guy, right? And now I'm going to shift my weight from the left to the right. And that's just going to pull my arms around in this big circle. All right? 1-2. 1-2. 1-2. However, the 1-2 stays this close. They don't. Your hands don't separate and go out like this. They stay close together. All right. Reach up and grab the guy. And then 1-2. Now wind up. Boom. Double punch. Double punch with the John Wayne knuckles here, right? So the punch can come straight, or it could go like this. Right? I just go straight in. Relax. Pull your weight back. Come forward. Grab and pull back. 1, 2, 3. Pull it in. Punch. Now just relax. Circle. 1, 2. Separate. Walk through. Buddha's warrior. When you finish, you can do a lot of people. I just do one Tai Chi Qigong at the end. You can do 3 if you want. But whether you do 1 or 3, there's a very particular thing that you do. You should always do it anyway, but particularly at the end of the form, you should make it really clear. Because it has to do with settling your chi. Watch. Watch the chi move through my body. There's a very particular sequence that it goes in. It's a natural sequence, right? But you bring the chi in, right? Sink it down through the body, down to your toes. Then bring it back up to the top of your head and your shoulders, and then sink it down your arms to the tips of your fingers. Clear? You don't do this. And I'm done. It's ceremonial. There's a lot of ceremony in Tai Chi, and it shows up particularly at the beginning and particularly at the end. Because what you're telling the audience is, this is a sacred dance. There's something sacred about this. All right? You give yourself a couple of seconds to settle everything down, because you've just done a 15-minute sacred dance. And then the crowd goes wild and claps and thinks you're wonderful. Okay, so that's basically the end of this. Let's do it a few times. I'll lead you in the correct orientation as we do this. Figure 8 to the right. Right foot comes in. Figure 8 to the right. Right foot steps out. Bring your weight back and swing your right arm into the hit. Bring your weight back, open the right toes, and block to the right, block to the left, swallow's nest. Step up and place the foot at 90 degrees. Shift your weight back to the right foot, and hands go left, toes come right. Shift your weight to the left and spin on the ball of the right foot. Come forward, pull back, and sweep 2, 3. Sink, block right, punch left. Relax, punch the temple and step through. Punch the temple left and step through. Block left, punch the ground right. Long back. Step in, elbow to heart. Close, open the right toes, step up and backhand. Shift your weight to the left and punch the temple. Relax. Grab the hand down low, the neck up high, twist him down and give him a knee. Coil in, uncoil. Step down and hidden hand punch, neck punch, punch backward, punch forward, figure 8, and backhand. Step back, snap waist, press elbow. Relax, weight back, step up forward. Pull down. This is a sweep, right? Sweep, 2, 3, and double punch forward. Relax. And 1, 2, stretch out. Walk through. Buddha's warrior. And a ceremonial deep ending. Now, I know you're going to have to practice a little bit. That's okay. You guys have gotten to the end, and let me tell you, the truth is most people never get here. All right? You've gotten to the end. Now, after you practice a little bit and internalize this, then the work really begins. Because then you'll have a platform on which to build. All right? Then you can start doing the real stuff, the real work. All right? This is why most people never get Tai Chi, because they never get this far. Okay, any last questions?
Not, I'm too hot to question anything, but I'm sure that we'll have someone. It's cooling down. Yeah, I mean, the end, I definitely don't have it, but I think it's more a question of practicing.
Yeah, exactly. You just
Because
have to
I get it. It's just that it's
Yeah.
not fluid at all. Yeah.
You just have to do it 100 times until it starts to become kind of fluid. You become fluent, and it becomes
Exactly.
fluid, right?
Like my English, you know?
Oh, your English is very good. All right, James, what about you? Any questions?
Well, it's always the same question. Why don't I practice more? But I think all the pieces are there. The hard part is that I could pick a spot and do it, but I can't string them all together.
Uh, Buddy, I got to tell you, it just takes time, and it's not just that you and I are a little older, because the same thing was true when I was in my 30s and I was first learning this. There's no way anybody is going to remember everything in this form, or even half the stuff in this form. It took me several years, probably 3 or 4 years to truly get this, and that was doing it every class. There were just places where my mind I just didn't have it, and I would have to work on it, and it took some time to get it. And I say 3 or 4 years. After 2 years, I was pretty good. But what I realized after 3 or 4 years is, oh, there were places I was just plain wrong. And it took me that couple of years to recognize that, okay, you're not doing this correctly. You thought you were doing it correctly, but you weren't. Kevin, you've had that experience, yes?
Yeah, it's really hard to correct errors.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Because the thing with errors is you've been practicing the error. And so that gets internalized. And then you realize, oh, wait a minute, he's not on his right leg, he's on his left leg, or something like that. And then you have to erase the error you've been practicing, and that's difficult because it's already in your body. So this is why you should just take the learning process very slowly, slow and careful, and try and avoid those gigantic mistakes. Yeah, Kevin.
Yeah, I was watching a YouTube video of Master Chen Bing doing Old Man Strokes Beard. And there's a movement before you get here where you turn your wrist and it changes the complete movement. I'm like, ah.
Well, that's true. That's true. However, there are many, many ways to do this form. many ways to do any of the movements we've done because they're really like a language. And you can learn a poem in French and think that you understand French. Well, you can't speak French. What you can do is recite that poem. But a French person might change the order of the words or might emphasize them differently. It's the same in English. The language is much more fluid than something you see written down. And it's the same with Tai Chi. There are 100 ways to do that move. It just depends on what you're thinking about. What's important is not that you do it a certain way. There's no dogma. What's important is that what you do is what you mean to do. That you're not just sort of floating around doing something without any idea what it is you're actually doing. This is a martial art. And that's what ties this down to the really practical level. So when you walk through, right, and you go 1 and then 2, why? Why do you do that? Why don't you just go 1, 2 together? But that's not correct. It's 1, 2, and then push. Why? Well, you got to figure it out. And I can guarantee you this, no matter how good your teacher is, if it's Master Zhang or Master Feng, they will not tell you everything. There's no way they can tell you everything. What they do is they get you to the place that you can begin to teach yourself. By paying attention, by wrestling with your friends, by watching other people, it's an ongoing process. The learning process never stops. You always more and more and more as you go along. So you guys are at the really exciting part right now because you've just completed this first thing. Now you can really dive in and start to really teach yourself, right? Because you're actually your own teacher. All right, any final questions? All right, I will get this up this afternoon, and you can practice from then on. And we'll talk over the week and see whether we're going to meet next week or not. It may just be too hot for Catherine. We can't meet. All right, guys, have yourselves a great day. We'll see you later. Ciao.